Namaste, yogis. Welcome to this flow yoga class. We're going to be focusing on arm balancing with a whole lot of different arm balances, including Bakasana. So let's come to cross ankles, and we're going to start with warming up the shoulders. So rolling your shoulders around in one direction. Let the arms and the hands feel heavy, and then circle in the opposite direction. And again, change and circle the other way around. And letting the shoulders drop. And we're going to do some wrist rolls. Relax your fingers. Don't clench your hands. And circle in the opposite direction again. Once more, change your direction of your rolls. And now from here, you're going to reach your arms back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Squeeze your shoulders to your spine. Lift your chest high. Let those thighs drop. Each in-breath, lift up taller through the back of your neck. Each out-breath, sink the knees and the thighs. And from here, straight into a twist around to the right. Turn that left palm away from your knee or your thigh and keep sinking your knees down. Feel your breath filling your upper back each time you breathe in. And twisting yourself, cross your legs over with the opposite shin in front, and with an exhale, twist around to the other side. Once more, sink those knees. Allow the inner thighs to soften and relax. Softening into your armpits as well, letting them sink. And then untwisting, drop your right hand off to the right and take your left arm over. Lengthen through both sides of your neck. Each time you breathe out, feel your left hip drop down. Floating up to center. Again, change the cross of the ankles, other shin in front, and then we take that left hand down, right arm over. Careful not to drop your ear down to your shoulder. Lengthen through both sides of the neck. Stretch really long to your fingertips. And then coming up to center again. And now we're going to do some rocks. So, starting with hugging your knees, either like this, or you can cross the ankles and hold onto your feet. And we're going to rock back. Now you have to round your spine here. Don't try and do this with a flat spine. That's the mistake a lot of people make and then they can't rock. So tuck your chin, round your back, and we'll rock all the way back and back up to where you started. Keep going. Now notice your breath. Moving with your breathing. Maybe you can get your feet to the floor over your head. Maybe not, doesn't matter. Keep rocking. Really good opener for the back here. Warming into your back muscles and your spinal column. We rock one more time. And next time you come up straight onto hands and knees. Once you're on all fours, we do our cats and our cows. And coming back into your flat spine. And then lifting your knees into downwards facing dog. From down dog, taking feet to the top of your mat, standing forward bend, melt down over your thighs, and holding onto your elbows or forearms with your hands. On an in-breath, come all the way up to standing. Take a few side stretches left to right. And next time you center yourself, release your arms down. Moving into sun salutations. Breathe in and reach up. On your exhale, forward fold. Lengthen the spine and travel straight back into your plank. Lowering as you exhale. Curl your chest up on your in-breath. Pressing back to downwards facing dog. Holding down dog. Noticing your breath. And look forward. Step, walk, or hop feet to hands. And fall down deep over the thighs as you exhale. On your in-breath, rise, arms overhead. Exhaling the hands to heart. On your in-breath, reach up. As you breathe out, forward fold. Half lift, stretch the heart forward. And travel back into your plank. From there, down to your chaturanga. On your in-breath, lift your chest. Melting shoulders to your upper back in your back bend. And back to hold your down dog again. Relax your neck. Let that head fully hang down. And traveling your feet back up to your hands. And bow down over the thighs as you breathe out. Floating yourself up to standing. And releasing arms down to chest. Next in-breath, reach your arms up again. Exhale to fold. We're going to stay here for a moment. Reach your arms back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Hang your head a little bit deeper. Shift your weight into your chest. Releasing hands down to the ground. We're making our way straight back to down dog. From downwards facing dog, taking a high lunge. Right foot forward. Arms go up. Opening up to warrior two. Right arm forward. Left arm back. Heels are in line with each other. Arms parallel to the floor. Inner elbows turn up, not down or forwards in the direction of your chest. Circle over, hands to the ground. Take your transition. Follow your breath all the way through. When you're ready, high lunge, left foot forwards, and sweep up alongside your head. Squeeze the upper arm muscles tight to straighten your elbows. Let's open up, left arm forward, right arm back. Line up those heels with each other again. Twist your inner elbows up away from your mat. Circling over, hands to the ground. On an inhale, find your plank. On an exhale, lower yourself. Inhaling to your back bend. Exhaling back to down dog. Hang your head again. Taking feet to hands. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Breathing in, reach up again. On your out breath, forward bend. After you lengthen, traveling back into downwards facing dog. From down dog, high lunge. Again, arms up to warrior one. Keeping your legs in your lunge, take left hand to the ground into your twist, right arm to the sky. As the right shoulder and chest go up, right hip goes down. And now from here, we're going to pulse, down dog split to plank. So right hand to the mat, take your right leg back and up. And now moving with the breath. On an exhale, knee to chest in plank, shoulders all the way forward. In breath to kick to the sky. You're doing 3 or 4 in your own time. Count for yourself. Each time you come forward, that's one count. And next time you come forwards again, step your foot into your lunge, back knee to the ground, reaching arms back behind you. So we're still warming into those shoulders and arms for the arm balances that are going to start coming up just now. Taking hands to the ground, either right leg into plank or back to your down dog splits, and then flowing yourself through your transition. Straight into your warrior one lunge, left foot forwards, arms up alongside your head, holding it there for a couple of breaths. And straight into your twist, right hand to the mat, left arm stays lifted. Like the other side, as the shoulder and chest go up, left hip goes down. Don't lift it up. Then hands to the mat, right leg back, down dog splits, and with pulse, it's your 3 or 4, so in your own time. Exhale to come forward, inhale to kick back and up. And then next time you come forwards, straight into your lunge with the left foot, right knee to the ground, and again, arms back behind you. Be super aware each time you take your lunge and your foot forward that you always get your heel directly underneath that front knee. Releasing hands down, either left leg to plank or fly it back and up again to your down dog splits. Then traveling through, follow your breath all the way back to downwards facing dog. Traveling feet to hands, standing forward bend at the top of the mat. From here, we're going to come into Apakasana. So hands go to the ground underneath the shoulders or slightly wider apart. Make sure your hands are aligned. And then lift your heels, bend your knees, and slide your elbows underneath the shins or the knees. Okay, make sure your hands are in the right place for your shoulders. And then we start to play with maybe just lifting one foot and holding one foot up. If you're able to balance in your Bakasana, by all means go up with both feet. Otherwise, you do what I'm doing. You lift one foot and you hold it there because that trains your leg muscles and it trains your pelvic floor muscles to engage in the way that you need them for a full Bakasana. Okay, left foot down, lift the right foot and hold that up. Squeeze the tummy up away from the mat. Right foot down, thumb to the sky, deep forward fold. Reaching your arms back, interlace fingers. Don't clasp them shut. Interlace so that the wrist is at a right angle so you can stretch that wrist out. And then we're not done with that Bakasana. Hands to the mat again. And once more. Slide the elbows or upper arms under the shins. And now the placement here, you don't want to have your knees too close to your elbows. Slowly, slowly, we want to try and get those knees even into the armpits. Right? And when you're ready, tipping forward, either playing with lifting one foot again or both feet come up. Once more, stretching out the legs, reach your arms back, interlace the fingers, and open into the back of the wrist. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. On an in-breath, lifting up to standing, squeeze your shoulders even further towards your upper back. Lean towards your spine, and then release the arms. With your next in-breath, reach up. As you breathe out, forward bend, half lift, taking yourself back into down dog. Now we're going to take that first arm balance that we started with today. Right foot forward, turn the right toes to point to the right side of the mat. Come onto the outer left heel and the baby toe side of your foot. Take right arm up to the sky. And now make sure that your left wrist is directly supporting that left shoulder. Now lifting that right foot off the ground, try not to drag it down the mat. Step your right leg onto your left leg. Coming to Vashisthasana. Right hand to the ground, rolling onto the outer edge of your right foot. Left arm up, Vashisthasana on the other side. From here, we're taking it into our twisting lunge. Keep the left arm up. We're going to step left foot forward, and as you do that, turn onto your right toes. Taking arms up to warrior one. Straight into your warrior two. Press the left knee nice and wide, and reverse your warrior. Cartwheeling hands to the mat. Either stepping left leg to plank or back to down dog splits, and then transition yourself all the way back into downwards facing dog. From down dog, left foot steps forwards. Turn your left toes to the left edge of the mat. Turn onto the outer edge of the right heel, balancing on your right arm. Left arm to the sky. Now trying not to drag your foot, try and lift that left foot off the ground, step onto your right leg. Shoulders to spine, hips up high again. And we're going straight over to the other side. Left hand to the mat, onto the outer edge of the left foot, right arm to the sky. From here into your twisting lunge. Right foot forwards, turn onto your left toes behind you. Coming up to warrior one arms. Straight into your warrior two, right arm forward, left arm back. And then reverse your warrior, left hand to left leg, right arm over. Circling hands over to the ground, either right leg into plank or flying it back and up, down dog splits. Traveling forwards and down with your breath. Roll your chest all the way up and make your way back to down dog again. From down dog, we're going to take half pigeon. Right knee forwards to the back of your right wrist, heel under the left hip. When you stretch this leg out, make sure it's not leaning a little bit off to the left. Left leg is straight behind your left hip, down the length of the mat. And then taking it down to forearms, all the way onto your chest. Coming up onto your hands, straight back into down dog. From down dog, changing to the other side, left knee to back of left wrist, heel under your right hip. Check that the right leg goes straight back behind you, and then take yourself all the way down. Relax into the front of your body. Melting down deeper with each exhale. Taking yourself back to hands, back to your downwards facing dog. And now we're going to do that half pigeon again. Right knee to right wrist, heel under the left hip. And this time we're going to take the bind. So balancing on the left forearm. You don't have to have the forearm pointing forward. It can turn sideways across the mat. And reaching your right arm back behind you. Now, as that arm goes back, lift your right shoulder. Don't keep the shoulder down and wrap your arm behind yourself like that. Lift the right shoulder up. That will take your hand closer to your foot. If you can, you hook your fingers over the top of the right big toe or the arch of the foot. The more your right shoulder goes up, the more you want to sink your right hip and bum down. Untwisting yourself, hands to the mat, right leg back to down dog, and straight off to the other side. Left knee forward to the back of your left wrist, heel under the right hip, right leg straight back down your mat behind that right hip. Right forearm on the mat, wherever it feels right for you. As the left arm goes back, lift the shoulder. Keep twisting your chest, trying to get the shoulder up nice and high. Again, the more, like a twisting triangle, the more the left shoulder goes up, the more this left bum will want to go up. So keep it sinking down. And twisting, taking it back to downwards dog again. And from down dog, we're coming back to sitting on the mat. Legs straight out in front of you. Janu Shasana, right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Drop your knee down. Inhale to reach forward for the left leg or foot. With each exhale, drop into your legs. Feel those legs get really heavy in the hips. Soften down your spine. Coming all the way up. Change legs, right leg straight, left foot up. Sink the thigh and the knee. When you're ready, inhale to reach forward. Exhale to sink. Coming all the way up. Both legs straight. Straight into forward fold. Both legs together. Coming up. We're going to make our way onto our backs for one last pose. Once you're down on your back, bend your knees with your feet touching. Cross your right thigh over your left into eagle legs, and then twist your knees over to the left. Now take your right palm, turn it up alongside your head with the elbow on the ground to flatten that right shoulder and shoulder blade down. Don't worry about trying to get your knees to the floor. Let the knees be in the air, but do make sure the shoulder and the shoulder blade are on the ground. And lifting legs back up to center. I'm going to change over. Cross the left thigh over the right. Twist your knees to the other side. Turning the left palm up. Flatten the elbow, upper arm, and shoulder down into the mat. Once again, don't force your knees to the ground. Rather have the shoulder down and your knees in the air. Lifting legs up to center and twist them. And we're going straight into Shavasana. Stretching your legs out, flop the feet, relax your arms, closing the eyes, letting the eyes fully relax. Let your whole face fully relax. Each out breath sinking into your shoulders, dropping deeper and deeper into your back. And now gently starting to wake up, hands and fingers, feet and toes. Take in a nice long deep breath. Stretch your body open. Maybe hugging your knees again. Lifting yourself up to sitting. May our minds be open to the divine light that guides us. May our hearts be open to the divine love that surrounds us. May the angels keep us and bless us and bring us joy. Namaste.